The European migration crisis is seen by some as a crime against humanity. A large portion of Europeans are demanding that the borders be closed and funding of aid stopped. But isn't it too late to close the borders? And what exactly would happen to clandestine migrants if aid was cut? We only have to travel to Calais, France to see what it looks like when a government provides the bare minimum. French officials seem dumbfounded on what to do. A group from La Five Active look over an area that recently has been cleared, which will be used to build temporary housing for the people that live here. A complex that will house 1,500 people is being built here. The people living within this area are having to move to this area temporarily until the new complex is completed. If people have built structures within the boundaries of these red beams, they have to move. Good Chance Theatre Calais also has to move.
It's a really interesting time. The government are building 125 structures. We don't know exactly what the structures are at the moment. They are somewhere, I think, between porter cabins and shipping containers, and there will be 12 people in each. So they're calling it a new camp for 1,500 people.
Good Chance Theatre was located in a prime location within the jungle and has been relocated to this location. But what exactly is Good Chance Theatre?
Good Chance is a theatre that is for a safe place for people to come and express themselves. We don't have any political leaning. We just believe that everybody needs a place to be and to think, just get a little bit of space. We always talk about food and shelter as the most important needs, and they are, because they keep you alive, right? But, you know, what do you do once you are in the situation? You're sitting in your home, your stomach is full, you've still got your brain. That's not doing anything better than before. It's just fed, and we work with that from that point after shelter and after food, where we want to make people feel a little bit happier and stronger to manage this really, really difficult situation.
With winter around the corner, the situation is about to get a lot more difficult. Police have beefed up their presence in the camp. In order for volunteers to be able to drive onto the grounds of the camp, they need to be able to provide the officers with documentation from local French nonprofits who are active in the camp. Approximately 3 weeks ago, officers began patrolling inside the camp. As you can see, they are in full riot gear and appear to be carrying tear gas grenade guns. They look to be gathering intel.
Excuse me. Sorry.
At this time of the morning, Muslims are preparing for prayer. This newly built mosque provides a safe sanctuary for Sudanese Muslims. During breakfast, One Spirit Ashran Kitchen holds its first meal service.
The aim of One Spirit Ashram Kitchen is to feed as many people with 2 hot meals a day. We do a breakfast service, we do a dinner service. We have help from international volunteers, local volunteers. Everyone works together, and we do the job, and we get the work done, and people are fed.
One Spirit Ashran Kitchen is always in need of fresh food donations, such as vegetables, fruits, and halal meat. A month ago, this road was filled with water. Stones have been used to fill the muddy road in preparation for the winter. A large puddle had formed due to excess water from these faucets. A number of these faucets have been placed throughout the camp. How the system will hold up in the winter when it's freezing is not clear. This water is also used for showering. You fill your bucket and then head to these outhouses. Excess water runs out from behind the units towards the road. But there are still other areas on the dirt road where water is accumulating. and forming large mud patches. New wooden structures are constantly sprouting up. Tools and construction material are in constant need. Throughout the camp, you hear the sound of generators, which are oftentimes used to power such things as smartphone charging points. Small business owners have opened their doors in the heart of the camp. You can find hotels, mini-marts, and tandoori restaurants. Amongst the hustle and bustle of the camp, Father Solomon is able to provide his congregation with a peaceful sanctuary, revealing its beauty when illuminated. But has God forgotten about the people in the jungle? A French court ruled this week that conditions in the camp have to be improved for the 6,000 migrants living in it. More water stations will be added and toilets. Volunteer groups are afraid the situation in the camp will turn into a humanitarian crisis once the winter comes. Critics of the ruling believe it sends the wrong message, which will cause for other migrants to head to Calais. Good Chance Theater recognizes the hardships that migrants face in the camp. They try to provide a space that allows for them to clear their minds. Music making and acting are the main activities taking place in the dome.
Music is the easiest because it's everybody understands music and knows what it is. So we provide instruments and people happily pick them up. But we are working through dancing and through theatre as well. There's a slightly different conception of what theatre is in the Western world to the Arabic or North African world. So it's a long process that is really intriguing. But I think people are really enjoying the idea of getting into another character now. It has a really basic utility in that you don't want to always be in your own head. So people I think are really beginning to enjoy that. In the dome we have the most joyful times, that it is harmonious and we welcome people of all different countries.
Good Chance Theater relies on donations of equipment, instruments, and art supplies.
We are always interested in basic things: pens, paper, paints, canvases. We'd love some easels at some point, I think, and instruments as well, especially Middle Eastern instruments. We had a really great donation of 3 knives, which are like Arabic clarinets almost, or flutes, and that's the best donation so far.
La Five Actif has obtained the contract to build the new complex for 1,500 migrants. How will they get these people to move to this location? How long will it take for them to clear this area and build the new complex? Will migrants have to register? What will happen with the camp's other 4,500 residents? What we're seeing in Calais and throughout the European migration crisis could be categorized as self-determination. No one can deny another human being the right to live or survive. This is Kevin Roberson in Calais, France, for the Roberson Report.